How's it going, everybody? It's PJ for Pete underscore J on YouTube, PJ Play on Twitch, and we're on Plane Mechanics Simulator this morning. We're going to do a little work in the hangar, I believe we are on. Last time out, we're at 0-100, and we're going to the hangar this time. Okay, start game. Last time out, we kind of had a poor performance on a job, which does not make me very happy, but we have to deal with it. We have to deal with it. Oops, sorry. I banged my mic. Hopefully that didn't bother y'all, but it happens sometimes. You know, it happens sometimes. And I think during the job, I think I even called it out. I was having, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cop out, and I'm going to say, I think the problems were more about hitbox issues than they were about not doing the right thing. And at the time when I was not getting I think it was the spark plugs. I was trying to get the spark plugs, and I kept getting the ignition wires, and that was one of the things that said was not secured properly. And I think that was it. I think because I was trying to get the spark plug in, I inadvertently, I was again going too fast. And that's Pete's problem. I had going back to my old days in school. You know, teachers used to say, "You try to go too quick. You got to slow down, man. You got to go slow down." And nothing is worse for Pete than starting to feel pretty confident, because once I start to feel confident, I start going faster. You know what I mean? And that's horrible. So I think that was it. I was trying to get the spark plugs. I'd miss. I inadvertently grab the upper ignition wires. There would be a sound associated with that, which at the time I think I called out and I said that concerns me. But so going forward, if that happens again, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop. I'm going to uninstall all of it and then reinstall it to make sure that I've gotten it all secured, because I think in that situation where I'm half in, half out, if I just proceed like I did, you get to the end and it says it wasn't properly secured. Whereas if I stop, uninstall everything, reinstall everything, I think then you'll get the. So that's my mea culpa. I did wrong. I deserve to get the less than average, less than stellar remark. So order number 07422, Charles Richardson, our pilot, has given us a note.
During the flight today, I noticed quite a large loss of power in the left engine. Make sure it's fixed by tomorrow.
Just double check to make sure there are no other. Okay, so refuel the aircraft, load the aircraft with bombs, and fix the left engine. Okay. All aircraft parts need to be installed. Okay, is there any? We got bombs. We should have, 4 500-pound bombs, pristine. No, okay. Let's get to work. The first thing we always do is we always like to refuel the aircraft. That way the fuel truck can move on to the next hangar, and we're not holding up progress for the rest of the squad. Thanks for joining me. Hopefully you're enjoying the title. If you do, a like, subscribe, and follow would be greatly appreciated as we move through. We talked about it an episode or two ago, that it looks like we are in the final plane of Chapter 1, and that hopefully we'll be moving into Chapter 2. And once we do that, there are 3 more planes there, and then they have space for a Chapter 3, but so far there are no planes in Chapter 3. So it's an older title. I don't know if they're still working on it. I don't know if we'll see those planes come through. I'm hoping we do. I really enjoy the title, but so far I can promise you at least. Well, I can't even promise you that, but from all outward appearances, there should be 3 more planes that we're going to work on. I am currently working towards a promotion. I am a corporal, and I am looking to get promoted. I'm not sure of military ranking, so I'm not. Do you go from corporal to sergeant? Is it sergeant next? I'm not sure. So, but hopefully we'll be able to. We're in striking distance, so hopefully we'll be able to get there in this episode. So stay tuned, and we will try to get ourselves promoted. Once we do, typically there is a promotion in attributes as well. So that kind of has been accompanying the promotion. So I'm hoping that once we do that, once we get the next promotion, we'll be able to pick up some more attributes. And what's been happening is typically you get, for each promotion, you get 3 promotion points. And there's only 3 more attributes left to pick up. So I should be fully statted out by with my next promotion, hopefully. So lots of good stuff. Hopefully we'll be able to get to most of it. Hopefully this will be a very big episode, so stick around. And obviously we're going to take care of our pilot Charles Richardson, make sure our de Havilland Mosquito is in good shape and he's able to do his runs. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the next plane after the de Havilland Mosquito is we go back to, I believe it's a fighter. So it's another fighter. And then I think the last 2 in chapter 2 are both bombers. So we got that to look forward to. All right, we've done that. Let's go ahead and let us reload the plane, because I'm not sure how long the engine may take to fix. So we're going to we'll take care of this. I don't. Is that how you would do this? I kind of assume that makes it easier because you get more clearance under here to kind of load the bombs, but. If somebody out there knows better than I do, which wouldn't be difficult because I don't know, I'm not a whiz bang at this. Please let me know. Drop a comment in the comment section. Comments always welcome. I always like to hear from people who are watching. Hopefully you're enjoying it. Let me know. Obviously, I'm always interested in hearing. So please, again, leave a comment in the comment section if you're enjoying it. There you go. And we got that done. Okay, so disengage by hitting the right mouse button. We can actually we'll just duck walk back here and we'll get our this thing. We'll get our this thing out of here because it doesn't need to be here no more. Take the lift. Oh, now we can stand up. There we go. We'll put this over here. There you go. All right, so we have to take care of an issue with the left wing. And since I'm figuring it's the pilot, right? So we're going right and left. And I think they do that for us non-coms or whatever they call them. Non-commissioned officer. First, I got stuck on that for a minute. I'm like, okay, what am I doing? 1. But I think in military talk, they would speak more like port and starboard, right? That would be more the thing, and it's more clear then than right and left, because there's no way to mistake it. The port engine and the starboard. Whereas left engine and right engine depends on how you're looking at it, you know? I guess port and starboard would be kind of the same issue, right? If you're standing there looking at the engine, well, you would think port and starboard would be reversed, but I think it goes off of the pilot's, where the pilot sits. So I'm going to say that this is the left engine. Because as the pilot is sitting in the pilot's seat, this would be on the left side of him. So we're going to remove the cowling. I'm going to remove all the cowling. And then we're going to get into the diagnostics look. Again, part of what I've done over the time in my promotions and being able to level up my attributes. Okay, what it does is it'll get me here. If we hit 3, you'll see there's already we just started, and there's already parts that are showing what condition they're in, and that's because I've done, I think it's the ignition system. So that was one of the attributes. You can get the ignition system attribute, and that means that as soon as you jump into diagnosing mode, you'll see how those parts look. There's a hydraulic pump down here. Maybe I must have done a hydraulic, the hydraulic system at one point. I think I did. Did I do cooling at one point? I don't know. That may be the last one, because for me, the only part of the cooling system, well, I guess you get the pipes. It'll show you the pipes, but loss of power. So let's get to the business on hand. Let's go to the generator. Let's see what the generator looks like. That's pristine. Loss of power. What about the fuel pump? What about that? Is that still pumping fuel okay? That's pristine. Let's check the fuel filter. That's pristine. Air compressor, hydraulic pump. Okay. So far, everything is looking pretty good. Induction manifold, coolant pipe. I'm wondering if we've got a blown head gasket. If you watch the last episode, you'll think Pete has head gaskets on the brain. There we go. Supercharger's broke. Because well, it happened. I think it happened when I was working on the Spitfire, and I was just beside myself, right? I'm just freaking out. Can't find it. And it wasn't until I pulled off the head assembly, took it apart, that I found the head gasket. And you're like, oh. But now it's one of those things where once burned, twice shy, right? So now it's like, make sure you check those head gaskets. You don't want to be out of luck there. Okay, so we know it's the supercharger. Let's get back. I know. I was just trying to focus on it, dude. I was just trying to move into position. That's all, brother. That's all. Okay. We're gonna really have to. I'm gonna requisition some decaf for that, brother. That guy is.
No.
I know. I'm trying. I can't even get a good look at it. It's like, ay. That's I'm too close. Okay, so what do I need to do to remove the supercharger? That becomes the question du giorno. And why do I need to remove the induction pipe first? Because in order to remove that induction pipe, obviously I'll have to remove I don't have to remove the whole assembly. I think I can just remove those parts. That's what I'm gonna go with, right? Because nothing else really is, well, no, because the magnetos are on the wheel case, not the supercharger, so they're not connected. Fuel pump's on the wheel case, not the supercharger, so that's not connected. I think the only thing that I can think of is the jack. No, I'm just kidding. I keep banging my head. I'm gonna get concussed. I keep banging my head so much. Supercharger. Yeah, I think that's it. So it's the induction pipe that I think we have to remove in order to be able to get the supercharger off. Okay, and in order to remove the induction pipe, obviously it lies right here, right down the heart of the engine. So in order to do that, we're going to have to remove these things. I don't want to remove the whole assembly, so we got to be careful. You hit right mouse button, I think.
No.
I know, shut up. Shut your face, dude. Upper ignition wires. We're going to have to remove this, we know that. We're going to have to make sure we put this on properly. We shouldn't have to remove the spark plugs, I don't think. But we do need to remove this. And it's going to have a couple of bolts to hold it into the magneto. 4 4 bolts to be exact. Alright, so there's that. I don't want the whole assembly. I just want the left go. So what I did was I tapped the left mouse button to select it, but I didn't hold it down to remove the whole assembly. I don't want that. So I hit the right mouse button. Now I'm back over here. Same thing. Just tap the left mouse button, and we're going to grab this induction pipe. Or is this the... Alright, so now again, right mouse button to deselect, and now we're just going to tap, and we're going to do the left induction manifold. That can get confusing, because what comes up originally is the whole assembly, and obviously you don't want to pull the whole assembly. You just want to pull that. So just tap it, and that will put you in the... And now we're here, and it's giving us this orange highlight. So just tap your right mouse button, and we deselect it. So again, tap, left induction manifold, press and hold. But that, I think, should let us get to the induction pipe. I'm gonna take a look at this. Alright, tap the right mouse button. We're going to go to 3. I just want to look at these. Okay, those are okay. Okay, so go back to 1, which is... And I think we should be able to remove this induction pipe now. And I think that means we should be able to remove the supercharger.
No, sir.
What? Did you see that? It lit up this... hydraulic pump for some reason. Why would I have to remove the hydraulic pump? Do you think I need to do the air compressor? Or do you think I'll be able to take it now?
Nope.
Nope, I gotta take that too. Nope. Air compressor. Wonder why they don't even seem like they're hooked up. Alright, right mouse button. Now we're at the supercharger. There we go. So I think it's the induction pipe, and then obviously the hydraulic pump and the air compressor. That's 2. So the nut and the bolt you have to get out. I have forgotten that in the past where I hit it once and I'm thinking, well, I'm done with it, right? And then it doesn't come out and you're thinking, well, what the heck's the deal? Well, there's a nut. All right, so there's a supercharger, and I think that's the problem we have, right? So I hit the right mouse button to disengage. Now I'm down. Let's go. Can I repair? You can look for it in your inventory. This is your job order. Right underneath it, this gear that's your inventory. So damaged, and it is repairable, so we can repair it. Let's go take it to the workbench. I usually stop at the workbench anyway before everything, just to verify that I'm not holy cow. Better give me something bigger than that. That was a weird open, wasn't it? I mean, typically it starts out really big and then gets small. That started out teeny and seemed to get bigger. Alright, here we go. We did it! Timpani of completion, folks. Spacebar, nothing left. We'll hit escape to get out. Let's go reinstall this baby. Up the ladder of support. We're gonna go, no, oh, see what I did. I'm gonna pull it, and then I'm gonna reinstall it because I inadvertently hit it while I was in disassemble mode, and then we heard that sound, and that's the sound I kind of heard before, and it cost me. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to make sure we reinstall this properly. Not going to take it for granted like I did on the last one. Now we're in assemble mode. That's the other thing too, is maybe making sure when you come back, instead of still being in disassemble mode, go ahead and just get in the habit of hitting 2. Hit the 2 button. And then that way you're in assemble mode, you're less likely. Task completed, fix the left engine. Okay. All primary tasks are done. But you're less likely to, you know what I mean, to inadvertently disassemble something or pull it out. Again, in my first one, it wouldn't have helped me because I was... Why was I? I thought I was in assemble mode, wasn't I? Because I thought I was putting spark plugs in. So that's in, and then we're going to go with, well, let's put these back on. Because these really, I don't even understand why we had to take those off. They don't even seem to be attached in any way, shape, or form to the supercharger. Uh-oh, what happened? Okay, I was going to say things locked up there for a second. Alright, so we got those back on. Let's put the induction manifolds back on. I think those would be next. Put the hold downs on there. Okay. What else we got here? We got bolts. Oh, there we go. All right, done. Let's do the left induction manifold. I learned my directions. It's just been a while. I'm not sure. All right, we got those on there. Let's go ahead and get the rest of these locked down. Try to hopefully get back to perfect jobs here. Alright, so we got the induction manifolds on. These are outlet pipes. I keep calling them induction pipes, but they're not. The induction pipe is here in the middle, and that has nothing to do with the cooling system either. It's from the supercharger. Introducing warm air, I believe, into the engines, which gives it the, you know what it does. I don't need to tell you. Okay, that's not right. That's not right. I want to do upper ignition wire. Right? Wasn't that stupid? Why would you not let me put this on? Here, go ahead and put the cowling back on. Go ahead. No, really, go ahead. Go ahead. I don't care. Go ahead. What? Go ahead and do it. It's like, dude, I didn't just get here. I've been here for a while now. Alright, now, I think we're done. And again, another good way to make sure that you're done is to just give your inventory a quick check. We got a shroud, cowling, shroud, cowling, cowling. Left exhaust, shroud. Okay, the 2 shrouds are, okay, we know that. We've got 2 sides and the bottom. Okay, yeah, so we're good. We'll go ahead and button her up. And let's get the bottom shroud on. All right, here we go. There. Here we are in the cockpit. There's the pilot's seat. We gotta get out. There we go. Okay. Shroud. And I think we're good to go here. I think we did alright on this one. And I'm hoping this might be the one that gets us to our next promotion. And then, like I say, attributes aplenty. And again, I believe that we might be at the top of our attribute tree. I don't know if there's going to be much after that. You got to make sure because the glare off of the plane sometimes is so bright you can't really tell if. All right, right mouse button to disengage. We're going to get down. Let's grab our ladder and get that out of the way. All right. There you go. And we'll go ahead and we will okay. I think we're done. Let's go ahead and always looking for the there we go. We can F12 that. That's all right. There we go. Now, refuel the aircraft, load the aircraft with bombs, and fix the left engine. We'll make sure that that's the only thing on this list, and we'll sign off on that. All right, refuel the aircraft, check. Load the aircraft with bombs, check. Fix the left engine, check. Save spare parts 1, check. Perfect job. I love it. Where are you going to take me? Come on. Oh. So we are at 3,484 merit points. We need to get to 3,500 for our promotion. So let's continue our career. Hopefully we'll be able to get it here on this next one. Order number 07431.
The oil in the left engine starter do drop extremely fast. Refill it and find the source of the problem.
So refuel the aircraft, refill the oil, load the aircraft with bombs, and fix the problem with the oil pressure. Okay. So let's refuel first, let's reload second, and then we'll get to the engine and the oil pressure. So first one's first. Locked and loaded. Let's get her going. And I have a hard time believing that that we will not get our promotion after this job. I have a hard time believing that. Reload 1. You know what job we never get is that the lights are out on the wings. That would be kind of cool to change a bulb or something. Replace the light. All right, let's go here. Oh yeah, as long as we're refueling, I wanted to talk about. There's another plane that I really had a lot of fun playing. That seemed like maybe it was out of circulation, and that was a game called Plane Accident, and it's where you kind of go and you have to investigate airplane crashes and stuff like that. I had a lot of fun playing it. The playlist is on my channel, so if you wanted to check it out, I'll put a link up here in the corner. And I thought same thing. I thought it was a dead title, but I guess there were some issues. I'd like to find out more. But recently, they've come out with some updates, and they've been talking about the title like there's going to be more to come. So I am over the moon. I can't wait. And I'm gonna hold on for a second. And so you're going to see that title kind of come back into the rotation as I start getting back into that game. I may start from scratch, start from level 1, and go back through it. I really enjoyed it. If you like planes and stuff like that, I think you'll enjoy it. So give it a chance. Again, I'll put that link up here for the rest of the playlist. You can kind of see it. Or if you want to just hold out and wait and pick it up, because I will start from the first episode, the first mission, and we'll bring that back to you. That may wind up finding its way. Well, it's definitely going to find its way back onto the channel. So new stuff to come. Hopefully you'll enjoy it. All right, so this is the 4th tank here, and it is filled. Okay. So we have completed this part of the job. We'll pull that out. let that get on its way so we're not the one holding up progress. Alright, so we're going to go back here. We want our jack. So we're going to jack up the plane so we can load the bombs. There we go. Bomb bay door. Well, I needed to be inside. There we go. Now we'll hit 2 for assembly, and that gives us our bombs. Okay. We've loaded the bombs up. Crab walk back. Let's get our jack. Oop. Again, trying to move too quick. Pete, slow down. You can go there. All right, so let's take a look. We've got refuel the oil and fix the problem with the oil pressure. Left engine. Okay, so we're in the left engine. That's over here. Let us take a look. We know that the oil tank is here and the oil filter. So let's go 3. Oh, the oil filter's down here, Pete. That's pristine. That's pristine. Okay, so the oil, and we can't really check the oil tank, it doesn't look like, but... Alright, so that's okay. So oil pressure in the engine. Let's disengage. And I'm going to go back to 2 just so I don't inadvertently... Is this an access patch? Can I open this?
Nope.
Port left wing column.
No.
Okay, no. Yeah, I know. I was just checking. I was just friggin' checking. Hold on, brother. Brother. Although the oil control valve, I think, is on the other side, Pete. I think the oil control valve is on the other side, Pete. Well, you would be right. You would be right. That's exactly where it is. I was testing you. I just wanted to see if you knew what you were talking about. I knew all along, as evidenced by the fact that I said it before I was even done taking the cowling off. All right, so we've got oil control valve over here, and we're gonna let's see if we hit 3. Did I have the oil system? I don't have the oil system. There's the oil. Oh, look at that, it's damage. Stupid oil control valve. The oil radiator is pristine though, so I'm thinking that's our problem, folks. Anyway, it's good to sing while you work. Maybe that's why that guy yells at me so much, because I sing while I work. And he's like, he hasn't had a good cup of coffee since he left York, or wherever he's from. Okay, oil control valve. Let's disengage. I'm not sure if it's repairable, but again, like I told you, I always go. Yes, it is. I always start at the bench because never take anything for granted. The last thing you want to do is, you know, if you can get that, save spare parts. That helps you get the perfect job. So always, you know, it takes you 2 seconds to check. You know, run over here, hit the space bar. If there's nothing there, there's nothing there. If on the other hand there's something there, there's something there. You know, that's what you got. Ooh, I almost missed that one. All right, so that's done. I'm getting a little lazy because I didn't even bother to grab the ladder. I don't know if I... 2. We're going to 2. Maybe. There we go. Fix the problem with the oil pressure. Put the cowling back on. We don't need it off to refill the oil, but now that the oil system is repaired, we can feel comfortable refilling it. And all right, there's that. There you go. Okay. There's that. Okay, right mouse to disengage. Now we have to go get the the oil bogey. And I think two, right? Wrong. It's one. So the left engine is the engine one. This is the other thing, is I kind of wish they would have one way of referring to the engines. Left engine, right engine, port engine, starboard engine, 1, 2. You know what I mean? If they just would pick one, that way you would know all the time. Of course, Pete, you could always just try to remember. Well, I'm playing, you know how many sim games I'm playing right now? How many things I got going on right now? Anywho, so future reference, as far as the oil fill goes, this is engine 1. It's also fuel tanks 1 and 3 are on the left side, 2 and 4 are on the right side, and is left port and right starboard. I'll have to look that up. I'm not real good with that situation. Port and starboard, I'm not 100%. Leave me a comment. Drop a comment in the comment section. Tell me, hey Pete, port is yada yada, starboard is yada yada, whatever. You know, I will appreciate it. Saves me from having to I did not hear refill the oil. I refilled the oil. Oh, okay. We probably have to refill the oil on both. So I should have just done it on 2 before I moved it. Okay. All right, short-sighted again. Short-sighted. I'm thinking to myself, well, you know, the one had oil pressure issues. So, but no, we refill the oil means refill the oil throughout the plane. So again, a little oversight, but I think we got it taken care of. The oil control valve. I'm trying to think if there's the oil filter, there's the oil cap. There's got to be an oil pump somewhere, right? That's going to be a good one to look up. So if we get another job, I'm gonna try and, because I don't remember where it is. Is the oil pump on the, or did they get rid of the oil pump in favor of the oil control valve? That's all right. So that's full. We're about halfway. All primary tasks have been completed, and we can put this away. There we go. Oop, where are we going? Where are we going, Pete? Oh, where's my ladder? I'm gonna get my ladder real quick. This is just aesthetics at this point. I'm just trying to find a really good screenshot so that people will want to watch the video. What if we go here? Ooh, that's a nice one, huh? F12, that puppy. Boink. All right, let's hit it up. Refuel the aircraft, refill the oil, load the aircraft with bombs, and fix the problem with the oil pressure. We have done that, and let us sign off on that mission. Check. Chickity check. Checkity check, check, check. Checkerino. Checkerino. Perfect job. Of course it was. 3,500. We're over at 3,500. Ladies and gentlemen, we're getting our promotion. We are at 3,540 merit points. We needed 3,500 to get our next promotion. We did a perfect job. That extra clank you heard was because we saved the spare part. So we're going to continue our career. There we are. We've got 3 skill points. The thicker line means we already have it. So we have all of those. We have both of those. We have both of those. This is the eagle eye. This is where you get the, when you're doing your diagnostics. When you're in, you press the 3 and you're in diagnostic mode. As you can see, we have the ignition system specialist. We have the piston specialist. And we also have the valve system specialist. The only things left are oil system specialist, coolant system specialist, and fuel system specialist. Again, each one of them is only 1 skill point. We have 3, so we're going to go ahead and unlock fuel system specialist, the coolant system specialist, and the fuel system specialist, which means we basically have all of our attributes unlocked. So we are running at full speed. Our new rank, we are flight sergeant. So we went from corporal to flight sergeant. Very cool. Let's continue. Let us try a mission. Ooh, they're not playing around right now. Order number 07460. Charles Richardson's note says,
It's a big day today. The command wants to reveal the aircraft to the public, and they've chosen Gestapo HQ at Oslo for the first target. They also want this to be a flawless show, so they're not saving on resources. Refill all fluids. Take both engines apart and replace anything that isn't in pristine condition. The aircraft's already been repainted for the photographs.
okay. Wow. So we have to refuel the aircraft, refill the oil, refill the coolant, load the aircraft with bombs. We need to restore the aircraft to pristine condition. All right.